The St. Petersburg-born actor Ivan Shvedoff has appeared in dozens of TV shows and films, including the likes of the fourth Mission Impossible movie. Most recently, he's had a small part in a new Cold War project helmed by Steven Spielberg. Shvedoff has been living here in the Czech capital since the late 1990s, specifically in Vršovice, and it's there, in a cool newish bar named Zenit, that our tour of his Prague begins.
This place I find very special because it has its own very special atmosphere. That's the perfect place for a romantic date or for a late night drink, like the last drink before you go home. If you have some interesting conversation with a friend, that's the place where you would go around 1 o'clock at night. It would be kind of empty, and you have a last drink talking about life, watching this beautiful chandelier or this disco ball, which probably you have already recognized that the interior is very eclectic here. All the furniture and this mixture of this beautiful chandelier and the disco ball gives its atmosphere. I have to say that the owner of this place deliberately left 3 cultural levels on the wall, which represent the history of this place, because in this very room there was a shop where they used to sell live fish. So there's like you'll see these green tiles. There was the pond or the pool for fish, and then there was something like a cosmetic salon and what do you call it?
Hairdressers?
Hairdressers. And then there was for a short time it was a furniture shop.
And there's evidence of all those previous lives of the place here today still?
Yeah, you see it on the wall. And that's the place where you just come late at night, have a nice talk, and meet very interesting people who also feel kind of sleepless or in the mood to talk at night. And I have to tell you that once I was here shortly before Christmas. That was shortly before Sylvester, the New Year's Eve. And I was here with a friend, again, that was last drink, and it was empty except for 5 people sitting at the table in the corner, and they were quiet. They were wearing these paper crowns from Burger King or something, and they were kind of sitting there quietly. But then one of the guys drummed the rhythm, and they started singing in choir beautifully. I have to play it for you.
Wow, that is quite something.
Can you imagine that? This is, as I said, it was like in the movie. This place has its own special atmosphere, like if you think about movies from Jim Jarmusch.
I was going to say Jarmusch.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you come late at night, not many people, and only a wise man who is cleaning glasses who can have a little chat with you, and you sit there, probably sometimes all by yourself, but that's a great place to think about life and what.
And also you can have coffee and cigarettes here.
Cigarettes outside.
I was wondering about the name, if the name has any significance for you, because I know the football club in St. Petersburg is Zenit.
Of course, this place gained my sympathy right away with the title, because Zenit, that's the name of the football club from St. Petersburg, which I support, or used to support. For me, this word Zenit was like a mark. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with football.
You've been living in Vršovice for quite a long time. In the last few years, I would say maybe 3 years, it's become this kind of hip area with lots of new places, and it's really improved in many ways. But I wonder sometimes, are people like you nostalgic for the pre-hipster Vršovice?
Yes and no, because this area still has its own charm. And I think it's still not ruined by tourist business, and I believe it will stay like that.
From Zenit, it's about 50 metres further down Krimska Street, the epicenter of hipster Vršovice, to a cluttered emporium that clearly predates the district's new status. The signs outside read pawn shop and bazaar, though the uncharitable might call it a junk shop. Ivan Shvedoff has been coming here for years, and he's evidently not unusual in this. The bell over the door rings throughout our conversation.
As an actor, I pay great attention to props, to requisites, and there's no better place than an antique shop, because you come here and you see different stories. You look at any item at this place, and you would always imagine or maybe even see the history of it, and it's fantastic. There's things like, look at some old ways or some very cheap but nice looking cup, or once I saw here a razor blade. There was a razor blade with the sign Stalin Steel on it. Such a pity I didn't buy it. And whenever I need something for my role, I would always come here. Or just whenever I have some free time, I just enjoy being here. And I have to say that this place, right now, they do not have, unfortunately, they do not have many clocks for sale, but they used to have at least 5 of them, and they were ticking at the same time. So it was a very nice and interesting sound picture of this place. There was a mixture of these many clocks ticking, and they always have this radio which plays some rock hits from 70s here. So there was like the mixture of time being stored here and kind of presence of modern life with this radio.
What I always think when I come to these places is some of these items are interesting and nice, but most of it is simply junk, no?
Well, there's a lot of junk, but still there are a lot of things where I do buy a lot of things here, like plates or cups. Probably half of the teacups I have at home there from this place. I bought here wonderful, fantastic suitcase from 30s in perfect condition. It looked like new. I have to say that this antique shop is unique in a way, because if you go to any antique shop in the center, they will look very touristic there. They run their business, of course, considering a big stream of tourists in the center. So there would be expensive porcelain and, expensive watch, whatever. Here, you find things which people really sell, people who live around this area, and people like real people, the salt of earth, and that's why you just think of this, spoons or old dolls. This thing from Vienna, that's the heater. You can also cook on that. It's kind of expensive, cost 4,000, but still it's incredible.
Also, these shops always have these badges here, the old communist badges and badges of big enterprises from the communist period. And I wonder, who buys these things?
Well, I believe some collectors, or just for fun, if you just find some badge with the...
Actually, I found a Radio Prague badge one day, one of these, maybe from the 60s or 70s, I wasn't sure.
Easily, you can find something really unique.
The final stop in our tour of Ivan Shvedoff's Prague is a place where many have arrived in the city for the first time, the main train station. The station has undergone a major facelift in the last few years, with the most recent phase taking in the Fanta Café, an Art Nouveau gem with an enormous dome that, since its renovation, is no longer a cafe.
I have to say that I like this place more in the state of decay. When it was before they painted it new, and it was perfect place. I mean, first of all, I find the interior here is fantastic, and they had tables here, and I used to sit here and write, because I write screenplays when I have time, and it was like just a perfect combination where you have this stream of life passing by you. You can watch people, observe people, and still stay focused on your things, and gives you great inspiration. They had the worst coffee in Prague here, I swear. It was absolutely, but sometimes that's exactly the thing what you need in life, something what brings you down to earth. I have to say that in 2 of my screenplays, the action takes place in a train station. I always thought of this very train station because it's
full of life, full of everything.
The station looks fantastic in the film Alois Nebel.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If we speak about genres, like every place has its own atmosphere, and every place could be interpreted into or read or be read in or seen in a certain genre. Then the train station is my absolutely favorite genre, is the tragicomedy, because here you can see and you can spot such characters, or you see wonderful situations, and of course it's this place is full of emotions because people meet here, people depart here. For many people, train station that's the place they which is like the first thing to see in Prague. So, and for me it's always also a great place to start a journey. So very often when I go for my work to shoot in Germany, for example, I'm always come here some 15-20 minutes in advance just to enjoy the atmosphere of the train station.
And people watch.
And watch people. So in a way I'm a wanderer, yeah.
You were saying that you think that the Tantova Kavarna here looks better before the renovation. What about the rest of the station?
Well, it's being renovated now. They will be doing a lot of things with the roof above the tracks. Of course, the lower parts with new shops, and of course it's comfortable for tourists. It's convenient. There are a lot of places where you can have some food. Compared to what it was like 15 years ago, there was almost nothing. There was some.
Get a hot dog or something.
Oh yeah. Ticket office is functioning pretty well, and it's not a dirty and dangerous place anymore, as it probably was some 20-30 years ago. Like in every city, if you go to most of train stations, that's the place where you see these drug addicts and homeless people hanging around. It's not like that. Well, probably there are some. Of course, there are some in the square, in this little park in front of the main entrance, but on the territory of the train station is just pure beauty and poetry of a journey. That's how I would qualify it.